Good morning, everyone. How's it going?
How's it going?
Hey, John. I don't know why the
What's
hell
up,
I'm
buddy?
doing this at 6 a.m.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, like
The things they do
I
for you.
Yeah, but then I've got up at some 4 a.m.s.
Yes. But you didn't do that for me.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
No.
I do it. I do it for the love of the community,
Right.
to help everyone out.
Yeah. Those are the John Goodson ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't say no to John Goodson.
No. When you have a chance to have an ILM model maker on your show, you kind of just do whenever, what time they're free. And
Yeah,
4
exactly.
a.m., no problem. I'll be there.
Yeah, it's
Easy
fine.
peasy. Easy
Yeah.
peasy. Yeah. Now I
Yeah,
know how
but
you
yeah,
guys feel.
I usually ring you at this time anyway.
Yeah, you used to all the time. You used to ring me at like 5, 6 AM, and then I
Yeah.
kept telling you, "John, 5 hours, 5 hours." You know? It took me a
But
little while to remember.
when you came to
What's that?
celebration and you're in London, I was like, yes, I can ring you at 9 a.m. and just chat.
Yeah, yeah. Don't have to think about what
It was
time it
you.
is.
It was UK time.
Yeah. And then when we did I think it was I did daylight savings time, so I was 1 hour closer. It was 4 hours for us. You're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I can call you earlier." I'm like, "No." That's okay. Call me a little bit later.
That was so
You like
annoying.
me.
When I was sitting here, I was at work and I knew that you and Marvin and everyone were already in London. And I was still a day behind, stuck doing just my work here, knowing that you guys were like an hour from me. And I couldn't
Yeah.
meet up with you guys until the next day. And you met up with Rob and everyone from RS, and you were already having
Mhm.
such a good time. And I was like, I want to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it was at Wonderfest too. I was there Wednesday, but everybody was started already gotten there like I think Monday and Tuesday.
Oh,
So
really? They'd spent the whole
yeah.
week there.
Yeah, I know Joseph was there, I think Monday for sure. And I think Jason was there a couple days early too.
Yeah, they love it, don't they? That's I need to
Yeah.
get there next year. Yeah, otherwise we're
Because like
getting
I said,
divorced.
it's not I'm forcing you if you don't let me go.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to come though. But like I said, it's more about hanging out with the people than it is even the show. It's just the show's an afterthought. So
oh, exactly. I mean, we had more fun at celebration. We had more fun away from celebration.
hmm under the under
But
under the
we've said that 100 times.
yeah. I mean, it just keeps getting reaffirmed every time I do we do one of these conventions that we all get together. It's kind of why I don't really
Yeah.
have any interest in going to Japan. I feel like not a lot of people are going to be there that I mean, I wanna hang out. I think the RS crew is gonna be there. I really wanna hang out with them. Um, but I don't know who else is going. I haven't really looked into it too much, but
It's a long way and a lot of money, and for
mhm.
something that you can't guarantee that everyone will be there, it's a big risk, isn't it?
Yeah, and the show sucks. The con sucks. It's about
Yeah.
it really is about just what new crappy Disney shows coming out, and
But previous to the London celebration, the one that you guys went to in the States,
mhm.
that had models there, that had all the Mandalorian stuff, that
Yeah, that was good.
had all the costumes. That would have been great.
Yeah, I really wish I'd have known John Goodson back then because he was apparently sitting there watching people look at the Ahsoka ship.
Well, you probably walked straight past him
Probably.
if he was there. If he was
I
there
would,
with you with the Ahsoka ship, you were probably
yeah.
like just taking pictures, and he was just chilling out behind the model.
Were you with? No, you didn't go to that. But my kids and I, we were standing there looking at those models for a while, and I remember seeing that ship, and I'm like, "That's got to be a Ahsoka ship." I mean, we didn't know at the
Yeah,
time.
I remember when you sent the pictures, and I was like, "Oh, I love this. This is so cool."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He said he only saw a couple people who knew what it was. Had to be one of them. Had to be me because I was standing there for a little bit, looking at it.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. But then the animated show came out, didn't it? And it was Count Dooku's ship.
hmm And I wish I
And
would have looked at the cruiser too from Mandalorian that he worked on a little harder. It didn't really catch my attention because I was so focused on like the Ahsoka ship. I think what else was there? The Ahsoka ship, the cruiser, the N1 was there. Then
Razor
big
Crest
N1
was it?
was there. Razor Crest was there. So I was a little more focused on those than I was the cruiser.
Oh, I love that cruiser. That is one of my favorite models he's made.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Yeah. It's
glorious.
cool. Now that
Yeah,
I've seen it, now that I've really actually looked at it and, a little more deeply, I enjoy it a lot more.
yeah, absolutely. And the fact that it's just one color,
Is it?
and I think so, and just the greeblies and the edges and how it's made and the shadows it creates is
Mhm.
enough.
Mhm.
It's like when people weather a falcon. There's enough detail on the falcon that creates its own depth and shadow and that sort of thing
Mhm. Mhm.
with all those greeblies.
I have to admit something really terrible. My first Falcon, I actually appreciated the panels.
Well, I appreciate many Star Wars models. Don't worry, it's
Yeah,
a rite of
yeah.
passage. You need to go
I
through
almost
that
don't
to
wanna
get to
say
the
it,
good stuff.
but it was my first model, and I was watching YouTube videos on how to build these things, and, I mean, I
Yeah,
appreciated it in a very a light brown just to give it a little bit of a difference. I don't know how much it made a difference.
yeah. Well,
I don't really
I
think
told
it
you the
did.
story where a guy coming almost slapped me out of the celebration, didn't he? When I
Yeah,
first met
tell them
him.
again. Tell them again.
Well, see, I didn't know anyone from the studio scale modeling side of things. I was really wet behind the ears. I was a modeler. I'd done loads of armor modeling and loads of Star Wars stuff, but I just didn't know how to do that in the ILM style.
Mhm.
And from just cruising the RPF, and this guy's name comes up a lot, in the community with all his work and his knowledge and paintwork. It was his paintwork actually, because I know he's a great idea, but the paintwork is something that's synonymous with Guy. He's phenomenal at painting. So I knew his paintwork, and then when I was walking through I got in on the Friday without any tickets to celebration. I just walked straight in, and I was
Which
wandering around,
celebration was this?
London. God, 2006, 2012.
Okay.
Don't know, maybe
What's up?
later, or 16. I can't remember. But he had a stand with Lee Stringer, and Lee Stringer had his D'Agostini Falcon there, but with just all original kit parts on. And Guy had his A-wing there and a few other bits and pieces, and it was tucked. It wasn't tucked away. It was in actually quite a busy sort of area of the show, but it was like a walkway, so a lot of people were just walking past it in the flow.
Yeah.
And I just saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I recognize these models just from being online," And
Yeah.
I didn't know what Guy looked like, but we spoke out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm John Simmons. Nice to meet you," and that sort of thing. And I was like, "All right." As, as friendly as Guy is, initially he's like, "So,"
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I was so adamant that I had to show him my Thai bomber that I'd made,
Mhm.
and I got out my phone and I was all excited, and I was like, "Guy, what do you think of this? Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it." And he just looked at it. He was like, "Why have you appreciated it?" And I was like, uh, "That's what you do, isn't it?" And he was like, "No.
Yeah.
What are you trying to make it look like?" And I was like, "Well, it's studio scale." And he was like, "So you want it to look like a studio scale painted model?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, it doesn't." And I was like, "Right." And and quite honestly, I'd never had anyone speak to me in such a brutal way that was just honesty. It was,
Mhm.
it was like,
Mhm.
you know, and and I was just really taken back, but in a good way. I was like, right, okay. And then when I saw
You
his
need
models
that.
in person, yeah, you
You do
do. And
you do kinda need that.
when I
Yes.
saw, yeah, his and Lee Stringer's models on the table was just like, that's how you do it. That
Right.
like, and it just clicked like that. It was like going to like identities or archives or something. You saw what these models are meant to look like, splotches
Well
of paint, misting, deliberate overspray, all that sort of thing that is a huge no-no in military modeling and any other type of like scale modeling. You just don't do it. So
well,
yeah, that was quite funny.
if people don't know, you started out in scale modeling. Like you started out with tank modeling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So,
my
but
first ever model was a fine molds TIE fighter, but I painted it like a tank.
okay, yeah, and that's very different. Like that's a very different style, and like I said before, sometimes like you need somebody to be brutally honest with you. Okay,
Yeah.
not you don't want anybody to be derogatory,
Yeah,
but like
but I was asking for it, you know?
yeah, but he's
Yeah.
he's he's basically 10. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna send Parminder the link. He's coming on.
Oh, cool.
Um, but he did it to help you. He
Yeah.
and if everybody just keeps, you know, saying, "Oh, it looks great. Looks great." It looks absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I almost would rather somebody say to me, "Dude, your stuff looks like shit. This is what you need to do." Not now words, but like brutally honest, constructively honest, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I think
that's
the
how you
thing the
get
thing
better.
is the thing is that Guy was like, what are you trying to achieve here?"
Right.
And I was like, "It's my first studio scale model. I want it to look like the ILM way." And he was like, "Well, you've gone completely the wrong way around doing that." So,
There he
hey,
is.
Paminda,
Hey, how's it going?
you
All
all right,
right.
mate?
Good, man. I
Nice
was
to
just
see you,
listening to you
brother.
guys reminiscing about Guy's stand. It was 2016, John, I think.
See,
Yeah,
2016. There you go. Yeah.
I remember.
But then the following year, was it the following year or the year after we met up at Birmingham?
Yeah, that was 20. That might have been the following year. That might have been 2017, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And in
So,
that time, I'd built a Slave One. I'd done just loads. I'd just gone head first into it. I just loved it, you know.
You went nuts.
Yeah, that's why like I said yesterday, I'm losing the mojo, Chris. You know,
I
doing
know.
commission work and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Back then,
every now and then you write me and you're like, I'm losing my mojo. And then I gotta talk you off the cliff.
well, it's just doing commission work that just drains you. You know, the creativity and the artistic sort of style of it just goes because you're just doing it for money.
Yeah.
But there, but look at Alex Hutchings and people like that work in the industry. They do it
Hmm.
day in, day out. That's their job.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. It's a fine tightrope walking balance of being an artist and then doing it for work.
Yeah.
We can't
It's
always be lucky and just sit there and just do it for ourselves. It doesn't work that way.
it's hard because you have things that you want to do, like really like something that you're really like passionate about. Like let's just say the sand crawler. I still have some things to do on that now that I'm back, but I have to do other things so I can pay the bills to make that happen. Plus, like you tell somebody, yes, I will definitely do this right when I get back from the Wonderfest. And if you don't, you feel bad. Like I feel bad. If I don't
Yeah,
start it, I started immediately on Steve's AT-ATs because I've been telling him for, I don't know, maybe a year, so I
is
was going
that
to do it
plural,
after.
Chris? You're doing two ATATs to Steve?
Yeah. Well, no, one for Steve, one now. I was going to put it up for sale, but I think it's already sold. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, I'm doing two. Look at this. I'm like, I showed John. I spent the whole day yesterday just painting.
I
Like a
said that should be a
Brooklyn.
wall art.
Paint this, flip it, paint this. Like I got four pieces of cardboard behind me. The worst was painting these legs because okay, so you have to I set it down, right? And I paint the feet like this, and then I have to lift it up so I can get in there
Yeah,
in that little thing there, and then paint the rest of this. And I have to slide it to one side, paint this side, slide it to the other, paint this side. I don't even think I got a little bit of paint up underneath there, but it's
yeah.
not noticeable. And
Does it
then
does it come pre-assembled like that, Chris?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. And then paint the bottom. So that took me a while.
Hmm.
No, it doesn't. It all comes in pieces.
Okay.
Like, completely. Like these are two halves, and then
But the
these
original
are-
probably has shadowy areas that have still have
Oh, it does.
unpainted
It does.
areas.
You can see it. And I was looking at the ref yesterday, and you can really see the parts, the shadows where they didn't get the painted. The other thing I was wondering about the original one. So, I mean, I don't know this, but like it looks like in the crevices, there's like a bluish gray paint in the crevices. Like they base colored it like a reefer, like a what is that?
Reefer grey.
Reefer gray, yeah, light or something like that. And then I don't know. Sometimes you can see in the corners, you can see a bluish tint. So and then some of the, I think the blue spots are topically applied, right? They're not.
It depends what one you're going for.
Give me a second.
I mean, how many were painted? Like 5?
I don't know. That's the other thing. Like as of right now, I really haven't jumped in and looked at all the ref for this.
Because there's like we said
tell you.
there. Like, I mean, Adam Savage said, and this is true. There was that texture to the side of the two plates
Yeah.
on the body, and
I've
that
seen
was
that.
I think that was a flow quill. I don't know if it was an aerosol or whatever, but it was a textured flow quill paint, I think.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm not an ATAT connoisseur at all, but I think there's a version with it and without it. And
Yeah.
Andy Preston's just done one that's the really heavy weathered one, I think.
I'll have to look at his. I haven't looked at too much ref yet. I've just been building, but there is a picture that I found that does have, you can see the texture on it.
Yeah.
Good to have you on, Harminder.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
It's UK time.
It's a good time for you, John.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 11's is.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And me and Parminder are actually going to meet up, aren't we, soon?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, you are. Coming over, right?
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, should be
John's
great.
coming to you. Oh, that's right. He's gonna see your place.
Yeah, and then there's a very small modelling con very near us. Where
small
John,
space.
you can have small space. So Andy's
anyone wants to
existed there a
join.
few times, and you got a table there as well, haven't you, John?
Yeah, well, it was Andy Preston said, "Come along," and I said, "Have you got any space on your table?" And he said, "Well, not really, but speak to the organisers, and they should be able to sort you out." So they've given me a 6-foot table, so I can certainly fill that,
Cool.
which is very kind of them. And then I said to you, if you're about, and you were like, "Well, it's just down the road."
Yeah, it's half an hour from me.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, well, we should meet up."
Definitely. Hopefully the weather's nice.
I won't be there.
Should be.
It's a lot. It's a long way for Chris to go to a village hall.
Yeah,
It's a little way. Yeah.
we'll take pictures for you, mate. We'll do a little live stream for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I brought up the picture here of this textured paint on this AT-AT. You can see like this doesn't have texture, but this does.
Oh, yeah.
So straight away, look at those flak parts. They look cast. That looks like that body was a cast, possibly.
Yeah.
Is that what they did? They cast a few bodies.
They may. I think so.
I suppose they would have done, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have scratch built them all.
No.
Yeah, that texture paint. Yeah, so that reminds me of almost like the stippling you can do on the side of tanks to create the texture of the cast steel, and you can even use like Tamiya thinner and like a stiff brush or Tamiya cement, and you can go over the actual styrene and create that effect.
Well, this also looks like what some of my parts looked like when I didn't get all the freaking the mold release off of some of it. And I'm like,
no.
mother effer. I was not happy. It wasn't bad, but what I did was I had all these little pieces like the toes and stuff. And I just put it, and they were too small for me to like scrub them, but I put them in the simple green for like a day overnight, and I thought, all right, well it did fine on the one batch of little pieces, but on the second batch of little pieces, not great.
Oh
So
shit,
yeah, I was just like,
that's annoying. But
Yeah.
let me just grab something. This stuff.
Yeah. What's going on, Parm? When's the new the first model getting made?
Summer, hopefully. I've got some
Summer?
time off in the summer, so I'm going to try and get that Superstar Destroyer built.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm
Be nice.
looking forward to
I did
seeing
buy.
that.
I think there was another kit I needed to get on eBay. I did manage to get that.
Was that
so-
that was the Jag Panther, wasn't it, or the Airfix?
Yeah, the ethics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to that stuff, this on a stiff brush, Chris, it's Mr.
Okay.
Dissolve Putty. Okay, and it is just like it is really thin. Like it stinks, but you can just stipple that on with like a stiff brush, and then that dries hard, and then you got that texture.
Yeah, I won't
inside
be
the
doing
item.
that. I'm not going to be doing that.
You will do it. Do it
No,
properly.
I will not. No, I promise you. I will not be doing that. Steve wrote, I have a perfect image that shows the bluish gray primer is believed to be automotive primer. I can send you a pic, Chris. Yes, please do. I'd love to see that. I'll put it up if that's okay.
Chris, I never sent you the Halfords primer, did I? You wanted to try the UK primer that everyone uses.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try it. I go through cans of paint, so like a lot, because I tend to make big models for some reason. But I wouldn't be able to get it after that. Like I'd have to have you keep sending it to me, you know.
Yeah.
But I would like to find a primer that works like Tamiya, where you can still glue things on, but isn't in a little tiny can like this big and costs $15 a can.
That Tamiya kills me. It's the best primer, but it's just I
So
don't like the way it
expensive.
sprays either. It's like
No, I don't
it
think it's
puffs
fair
out.
either.
But then after it dries, it does sort of look lovely.
Yeah,
I
it'll
mean,
fill in.
Halfords is a car automotive place, right?
Yeah.
So you just need to go to an automotive, one of your kind of equivalent automotive,
I've tried.
You struggled with primer loads, didn't you, Chris?
Oh, I struggle with it big time. I've tried a bunch of different primers in the beginning, and nothing would glue to it. I'd have to scratch away the primer to get things to glue down. And then when you told me the one time, you're like, "Why don't you just glue it to the primer?" I'm like, "I can't." And you were blown away because Halfords. I guess what is it, Halfords?
Halfords, yeah. This stuff, it just eats through it and goes through to the styrene and bonds it. Fine. Or that EMA plastic weld, anything like that.
Well, when I first did the first Sandcrawler, I didn't know anything about mold release, and I sprayed it with Tamiya, and it just bubbled up.
Oh,
right,
really?
it was terrible, and I freaked out. I was like, what do I do? Like, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about mold release. I didn't know any of that shit. So I wrote Randy Cooper, and he's like, just use some acetone on it, which I did. And my dad's like, are you sure you want to use acetone? That's pretty strong stuff. He's like, I'm like, the guy who made it told me I could do it. So it worked.
Polish remover.
Yeah. Yeah. Big thing of the acetone, right? So that worked. But then I asked him, I'm like, well, what primer do you use? And he told me this automotive primer it was like stuff that works on really hot. It sticks to really hot engines, right? And I started using that. But even that, I still couldn't glue shit to it. It worked as good as a primer, but it stuck to things, but I couldn't glue anything else on. Once I primed it, I had to scratch away some of the paint.
Yeah. Well, Tamiya primer is great because Halfords is quite dark, which means you have to put a lot of layers of the base coat on to like beat the color. And it's also it can go a bit rough, so you need to give it a light sand, and you can't light sand around greeblies.
No.
So if possible, it's best to stick to the Tamiya. It's the best I've found, but it's so expensive.
Yeah, I like I said, I went through 4 cans. And this is Hayes form. I have not tried Mr. Surface Primer.
Yeah, I have. I found it actually quite similar to the Tamiya, but again, for me, that's really expensive to buy.
It's not that expensive for me to buy. I can get it in the States pretty decently. Are you
Yeah.
working? Are you working, Parminder?
Yeah, kind of working, but it's all
Okay.
right. I'm just.
Well, I'm just glad you're here. Hang
Yeah,
out.
well, I
and
generally
talk.
work from home, so yeah, this time kind of suited me. I don't have any meetings, so just answering emails.
Oli swears by
Mr.
finishing.
Finishing Service.
Mr. Finishing.
Yeah. Hey, Ollie.
Hmm.
I'm seeing Ollie at the show too. We're going to have quite a few of us there. And Andy.
Oh, cool. Oh, it'd be nice to meet Ollie.
Yeah. And Graham. This could be a load of us.
Awesome.
Bjorn, Miss Bjorn.
No. This is just UK guys. Oh, no. Beyond. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Bjorn.
He's in the comments. Yeah.
Yep. He's with Stu.
See, Chris,
Yeah,
look, nice time slot. Everyone's saying how good this time slot is. So Chris needs to get up out of bed.
Well, okay. I get up early, and I mean it's not like Jason Eaton wrote yesterday. He gets up at 5 a.m. I don't get up that early. 7 a.m. My body's up. My wife sleeps till noon, and I am up at 7. She's like, "How do you get up that early?" I don't know. My body just wakes up. But this is a little bit too early. I mean, we'll see. If it works for everybody, if I could get you and Parminder and hell, even guys from Sydney on, because all you guys are sleeping by the time I'm doing a night show, and then
See, that's the thing that I find when I'm up and I'm ready to do some modelling at like this sort of time, and I've finished a bit of work and I can carry on for the rest of the day. And none of the American lot are up. But then I get home and I'm on kid duty and doing dinners and sorting stuff out. Everyone from the States are like blah 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 chatting. I'm missing all the stuff that's going on.
yeah. Like when we're talking to John Goodson, you and Marvin are asleep. Like it's like,
Yeah.
Steve sent me. Oh yeah, okay. Let me put this up. So that's the picture that he's saying has the blue primer on it.
Right.
It looks to me. Does that look like gray primer to you? Those are cast pieces. We lose John.
We lost John.
Okay, I think he just paused us because maybe his kid's there. I have seen this picture before. I don't know a lot about it. John would know more about it than I do. These are definitely cast pieces, I'm sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but these black. Did they use black styrene back then?
I haven't seen a picture like this before with the.
I suppose they did. Look, there's black styrene. Duh, stupid. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a good time to get up and do some of this, and have more people interacting. Yeah,
It's always fun when people are interacting, isn't it? The other
Yeah.
thing that I saw somewhere was somebody was saying that all the ATATs that they built, they were slightly different. They would have had slightly different parts on them as well, certainly around the head.
Yeah, well, I honestly don't know. I jumped on a call the other day with a bunch of guys talking about AT-AT. There you are. And they were mentioning that there are a couple different kinds of AT-ATs.
Okay. There's different
Jedi,
scales. But
yeah, there's different scales, but did they have different AT-ATs with different greeblies, John?
Don't think so. The chin guns,
okay.
no, they had the guns on the side of the ears were, I think, replaced or knocked off. I think, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
As I say, I'm not an ATAT connoisseur by any means. I've only ever resprayed the MR one. That's all I've ever sort of done.
Oh, Steve. Sorry, Steve. I don't know if he wanted me to share that picture or not. But I've seen that picture around. It's not like it hasn't been up before.
There's
I'm just saying. I was just reading. I put up a picture of an AT-AT, and he said keep it to your. I don't think this is a secret, like a picture that hasn't been circulated, has it, John?
I can't see.
This one.
It's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late now. I've seen this before. This isn't a secret picture that hasn't been circulated around. But we'll take it down anyways. But like I said, in some of the pictures, like I was on that chat the other day with Bjorn and Graham and Peter Lawrence about the AT-ATs. And they were talking about there's a Jedi one where the guns are flipped, or there's something else.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to find that picture where the blue is in the corners. If you guys just keep going.
Yeah, no worries. See, me and Pamindra both got AT-ATs, but we've only got the MR ones, haven't we?
We've only got the MR ones, yeah. Which is, I think, it's a lovely model. I mean, it's
I love that pose.
Yeah, yeah, that walking pose. The limited edition, I think, had a better pose than the signature.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a
you gotta have a walking pose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, anything Master Replica, I actually really like if it's repainted. It's, I still have the MR Falcon. I've just sold my MR Y-wing, but I had one I repainted, and the AT-AT.
Snowspeeders look good repainted as well, don't they? Because they had a pretty poor paint.
I think everything repainted looks fine. It's far better than what's actually currently coming out now. But yeah.
Well, there isn't anything coming out anymore.
Well, I guess there's some like Force Labs and stuff, but wouldn't really call them studio scale.
No.
Yeah, the Force Labs stuff I've looked at. It's okay. I mean,
if you want something to display, just
if you just want something on your shelf, it's all right. I mean, it's not even remotely accurate, and it's the paint isn't.
It's so far away from what we do. It doesn't even.
Yeah, it's not even in our
radar. The perfect joy for me is putting styrene to styrene together from kit parts.
Yeah,
and that is so far away from anything that any manufacturer brings out that it doesn't even.
That's for collectors.
Yeah,
that's for people who want to open it up, put it on their shelves, and even like for people who don't have really high budgets. I understand, but
we want to create and we want to build, don't we? And we want to paint.
We do. We want to build. That's our. Meh. I'm not gonna bother. I don't even know if these pictures should be up or not. But yeah, we want to build. That's what we do. And we're looking for accuracy. So whereas some people can't afford that, and it's fine. But when you have, we're not gonna get into that subject.
No.
Anyway.
Should we see what the folks have been putting up?
Let's do that. Let's jump on what we had. Oh, Bjorn said the floor looks a little blue in that pic. It might be a bit saturated. Hard to know. That's what I thought. I thought that pic was saturated. That's why I was like, I'm not sure if this is blue primer or if it's just saturated.
Yeah, especially photos that are 40 years old. It's really tricky to.
It's so difficult to figure out. So we've hit 500.
Awesome.
Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. But like I said in one of the posts, I like that our group is small. I don't want to get real big. I like the good interaction and people helping each other. Like I'll be honest. Yesterday when Ollie, is that how you say it? Ollie,
yeah.
Put a question up. How deep is this area on the pods, right? And Jason Eaton commented, well, you just go by the depth using the kit parts. And I was like, that's perfect. Like, that's just like, I love that it's somebody asks a question, somebody gives a educated answer, and very helpful. You know, nobody saying, "Hey, you don't know what you're doing," blah 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 blah. It's you know, I just that made me happy. That one comment, that one interaction, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
feel like
I
Go
went
ahead.
through like a baptism of fire, I think, when I first
Yeah.
started studio scale modeling, because all I would do is ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, ask
Well, you
questions.
still ask a lot of questions.
And people, I've never heard look at the ref so much from
Yeah.
everyone. And they were like the people that have gone way beyond me, and they started it years ago. And yes, there is that. Look at the ref, just look, and you'll find your answer. But when you can ask the question in an open group like that, some other people might be also wondering how to do that, and you can
Yeah.
discuss it, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and it that's I think where the RPF kind of lost its value, I should say, is for people to come in, try their hands at this, and not get slapped on the wrist. You know,
Yeah,
so like, oh, hi Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Film miniatures were
yeah.
primed with gray primer having a slight bluish tint. It was more than likely. Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, the Halfords primer, it's got that bluish tint.
Does it have a bluish tint?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So that leads me to another thing. It also, I'm a big like believer that what you prime things underneath changes the color of, you know, like the SP lettering on the top. So I kind of was like, shit, should I have painted it like a bluish first to kind of get that specific tone? You know, um, I may do that when I paint the real one.
but you don't lay your base coats on very thick, do you? You like it a bit patchy. You like to have a bit of
Mhm.
interest
Yeah,
going.
but I'll tell you what, these covered less patchy than I thought they would be. So,
Right.
but yeah, I do like it patchy because I don't know. I think real world paint
Yeah,
doesn't dry the same. You know, it's like 80 to 90 degrees in here, but this air conditioner blowing him, he's driving me nuts. But back to the group, it's that's that's I like this. Let's just I know it won't stay at just 500, but I like that it is. And I hope that as it grows, it still is very interactive. I'm going to make sure it stays positive, that's for sure. But
Yeah, Marvin came in looking for drama, but
yeah, he loves the drama. No, I'm kidding. He's like a drama queen. He loves it. He's like he watches Housewives of Atlanta and Housewives of Orange County, just soaking up the drama. But no, I'm just kidding. Marvin was being joking around, but
yeah, he was good.
that's what I don't want. I don't want any drama. That's what I use, Peter. Peter sent me a primer that I use that. That's the VHT. That's the primer I use on the Sandcrawler before, and it didn't glue. Oh, that's for wrinkle effect. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that on these. Just so everybody knows, if you send me something, it's going to end up on the live stream. So don't send me something you don't want because I'm just sharing my screen right now. So and yeah, I was laughing hysterically
Yeah.
at Marvin's Schnitzel Boy. Oh my God. I was driving in the car and I was reading it and I started busting out laughing when Marvin called Felix Schnitzel Boy. Holy crap. She's like, what? I was like, you wouldn't understand. It was so freaking hilarious. Oh, if you haven't seen it, go back and read it. It's hilarious. Marvin, you wouldn't think so? Marvin's pretty damn freaking funny.
he is. He is
Definitely.
very funny.
Oh
Very
my
dry.
God.
Yeah, very
Very
dry. Like
dry.
you say, yeah.
Yeah, he's just sometimes he comes out with good zingers.
He does.
Yeah. And you wouldn't think he left because he's so quiet. He's very quiet on the stream even too. We're getting him out of his shell a little bit. So it's been much better. Schnitzel boy. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, 500 members. Good, sort of. So, but for some reason though, we got 500 members on our Facebook group, but we don't have 500 members on the YouTube channel. That's the part I don't understand. Like
I didn't know there was 500 people that could that build Star Wars stuff.
there's surprisingly a lot.
There's a lot,
they-
yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah,
of people,
I mean,
a lot of names we
I
haven't
think-
seen. Or certainly I haven't seen.
yeah, most of the people who have joined our group are people that we haven't seen in, let's say, Rogue One
Or
or
Hyperdrive, yeah.
Hyperdrive. Yeah, there are a lot of builders.
But then there's
and-
people like Stefan Hacker that we've had on the
Mm.
show, and he's a good friend of
Mhm.
ours. I remember him from way back, like when I was doing armor modeling and stuff. He was doing armor modeling. But there's people like that have like, joined the group that are from way back, and that you've just like rekindled like old friendships and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, it's and a lot of people from RPF have joined, and a lot of people that I had seen names I had seen before go off, that you recognize who jump on, famous people like you, John. So, but no, the interaction's been great. I think I called you the other day, John, and I was like, before I put up a lot of my content, and now I don't have to do that anymore. And I still do, but like I don't have to.
Yeah, it's running itself.
It's running itself now. Yes.
Yeah.
I do need to put more content up in the YouTube channel, but I also need, everybody who's a member in our group, in our Facebook group, go join the YouTube channel.
But it's tricky finding the time. Like when you did like live streams and stuff, it's sometimes you just need to hit your bench and work. You don't have to worry about the camera and taking photographs. You just need to get it done.
Yeah,
I
forget
how
who.
many views has your tested video had now, Chris? That was last time I looked at that 80,000. Is it?
It's like 100,000, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have a
That's
Nerf
brilliant.
Herders t-shirt on or something? We need. I think that would
No,
put
well,
in-
he put up the Facebook group and he put up the Instagram
Oh, okay.
page, but he didn't put the YouTube channel. And I don't remember what I told him. I knew I told him about the Facebook group. I didn't really use Instagram that much, but I just started recently using it more because I put up a post. Hey guys, share
Yeah.
share your
handles.
Instagram. Yeah, and overwhelmingly it was all Instagram. So I'm like, I guess I gotta use Instagram more often. So
I just find it like another Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Instagram. I don't know why. There's not as much interaction. There's not as much commenting. There's basically just you heart it and then you move on.
That's basically what Instagram is. Yeah, it's just picture sharing.
Yeah.
People like it. There's very little commentary on Instagram.
Yeah, there's like
Unless you're
Or-
super famous and
Or explicit videos that Chris keeps sending me.
stuff.
that Instagram is great for those kind of things, like funny videos. I'm sending my wife and kids funny videos off Instagram every day,
Yeah,
and
it's great if you like
and-
cats.
and they don't look at any of it either. I'm like, guys, did you see what I sent? No, what did you send me? And I have like 10 videos I sent them. But like I said, there's not with Instagram. There's not any. There's not a lot of interaction. Like whereas Facebook, I enjoy the interaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the image I sent you has gone through a process where vintage saturation has been removed, so it's close. Okay, cool, very cool. Yeah. Don't send me things you don't want to show. If I wasn't supposed to show that, please don't. Like I can't stop things from popping up on my. So nobody send any explicit pictures either. So unless they're good ones, then we want to see that. What after tested videos? No, not even close.
That'd be a good primer.
That chick is everywhere.
I know, man.
Oh, there's
Everywhere.
oh god,
Can you imagine?
kids
how
are starting to say
viral
it
that's
now.
You know
That's
why?
bad.
Crazy.
It's so obvious why.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
No. Let's look
but-
at some pictures of some people's models, and we'll move on
Let's
from
do
there.
that. Yes.
The
Yes.
hot Twago.
The hot. Ooh.
Tour.
Yeah. So okay. So here we go. Well, we're 45 minutes in, and we haven't even looked at anything off the YouTube channel, off the Facebook group. Stewart. Oh, that's
Ooh,
yummy.
nice.
That's
Oh,
sensational. I love it.
Oh, it's yummy, is what it is. Like I look at
Do you
that,
know-
I'm like, oh,
Do you know what I really like? That
Mm.
I think it's like an F1 body or something. The
yeah.
grey
Lee
tub.
Ralph was commenting on that.
Yeah, but what I really like is he's incorporated some. Is that scratch built styrene on the sides of it, or is that a kit
Yeah.
part?
It looks like it.
If that's scratch built, that's lovely.
I don't
I mean,
know. It's
all
pretty
lovely, but I
thick.
mean, that's just props to Stuart for that. That's some real sexy.
Stewart's
Hey.
on. He could let us know. Looks a little thick and faceted right there, but it does
Well,
kind of have.
whatever, it works and it looks really nice. It flows
does.
with that tub of the F1 kit.
I really want
And it's-
a Joe Johnston. I have always loved Lee Ralph's Joe Johnston, and Jason Eaton just showed me that he had done one as well.
Honda F1 side plates. Stuart's just put.
Okay, Honda F1
Well, it
side
works,
plates.
Stuart. It looks brilliant.
Yeah, it's not brilliant. It's fucking yummy, is what it is.
Are they Tyrrell wheels at the back as well? On the Tyrrell, those black.
This here,
No,
the black?
inside. Yeah.
I don't know. Stuart,
Get typing, Stuart.
get typing. We don't got time to wait for you. Very, very high end show here, So
But what's lovely about doing a smaller Y-wing is the engines are still Sat Vs, but they're the smaller ones, and then you can just downsize in the Ts as well. The T struts, can't you? You can just half the size of those.
Oh, so this is a smaller set V cans. What company? That's not Airfix, right?
Yeah, that's the Airfix. That's what.
Oh, they have smaller. Airfix has smaller.
They're the X-wing engines, aren't they? I think.
Oh, okay.
Are
I
they?
didn't.
Oh no, maybe they are the big ones.
No, I don't.
Stuart, quick, get typing.
Come on, Stuart, you're lagging here.
It's a long way to type.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's all the way in. Where is he?
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Yeah.
This is lovely. I love this fiberglass.
Actually, no. I tell you what, I think I'm wrong. I think they are the big egg. They're the
Just judging
Yeah,
by
that's-
his hands. Yeah, maybe.
Airfix 6 and
Airfix.
7.
Yeah.
Mm.
So 3 Saturn 5s used. Nice.
That is lovely.
That'll be big.
I love it.
And sorry for sending you the missing parts, Stuart. Not sending you the missing parts that you need for something.
That looks fantastic. One of these days, I'll put this damn sandcrawler down and actually work on something different. Thanks for showing us that, Stu. Really excited to see that finished. That's awesome. And like I said, my room is completely filled with that crap. All over the place. It's everywhere. The one guy, I think it was Phil, who said everything looks neat and organized. Well, there it looked neat and organized, but that's because I put it all together well organized and structured. No, that's because I put it together for a picture. It was everywhere. I was surprised that I was able to.
Happens in the madness of a messy desk.
Yes, and I was surprised actually that I was able to not lose anything so far. Like, there's a lot of little pieces. Oli.
See, remember, this is his first studio scale kit or scratch build.
Right.
And this guy's got some talent. and I've done some work for him, and I don't know why, because I feel like a charlatan, because his work, his figure painting is exceptional, and his armor painting is insane.
This was a good idea too, how to get that exact.
Yeah. And he's left the vents off as well, so you can get some tweaking inside, which is a good idea.
I have not done these yet. Look at his desk is messy like mine. That's what mine looks like.
Yeah, that's good. So it should look.
Yeah.
All that's
I don't know
missing
how
now to compare these to the ILM photos is cigarettes and ashtrays.
There you go. And penthouses on the wall. Look at all the paints he's got too, man. He's got lots of paints. All the paints are organized too. Not mine. Nope. Oh, paintbrushes? No. Mine are thrown in a drawer. I gotta do that.
Mine are chucked in a coffee cup.
Yeah. Mine are not even standing upright. Sometimes they're not even cleaned.
Look at this. This is what dreams are made of. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
this is
brass as
Sergio.
well. Lovely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
he did a
Sergio.
really good job.
Amazing work.
If that doesn't want to make you stop doing your ATST, I don't know what does.
It does. Like every time he posts a new piece, I am like, all right, I'm ready to jump on it because I have all the pieces except one. But I'm just like, I'm ready. And I built that head, so it really wouldn't be too much effort to get this thing together. But
you built two heads.
Yeah, two heads, one for you.
So look how far do you reckon that brass goes inside the styrene there? Because
do I reckon how far it goes in?
Yeah, for how long? How far it goes up? Is that a Vosper piece at the back? That grey?
No, it can't go this far. It can't go any further than this.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that might be a bit front heavy.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Oh, you know what? Hold on. He has it going through.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lovely combination of parts put together there. And they say that ATST was just chucked together, but really, I don't know. That works really well.
It does. Sergio, I've actually been talking to Sergio for a little while, even before I started the group. And he's been working on this ATST for a little bit. He's done an amazing job. He's posted every now and then. But he and I were talking even before Nerf Herders. And I finally got him the pieces that he needed. He had asked me to pick up some plastic pieces, and I felt bad because I actually put them in a box to send them, and I lost the box. I couldn't find them anywhere, right? And it took me a while. I ordered a new set, and then just stuff was going on, and it took me a while to send it to him, but I finally got it out to him. And then I found those pieces, of course. Obviously, it always happens. The Mexican guys, Sergio, Robert, are throwing up some very interesting lives on YouTube. I didn't know Sergio had a YouTube channel. I'll have to check it out. So yeah, this is beautiful. I love brass, like the brass tubes.
Yeah, that's so nice. There's kit parts in there they're amazing to be found as well, because some of those pictures are really good, but hard to see, aren't they? The black and white pictures of the HST.
Yeah, they really are.
Like, what's that yellow piece in the middle?
I think that's on. I think that's from the 232.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks sort of.
Is it the 223? The 232 is the ARAD, right?
The African desert color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of that on here, like the hooks and the railing on the top, and
yeah.
There's that flak again.
Yep, everywhere.
looks fantastic. And Scott,
Oh, this is
Scratch-
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, he scratch built these tie bomber pieces.
But he seems to, I think he says somewhere that that could be a found part.
I didn't.
Did you
I
read
didn't.
that?
No, I missed that part.
If you read, look, he says that the plastic barrel cap
Hmm.
that had a diameter that fit exactly on the wing and wouldn't be surprised if ILM used that part to create it. Because
Oh.
no one knows where that, I mean, everyone's had that machined or 3D printed to create their tie bombers.
Hmm.
I think Lee Ralph might have found some parts that were possibly used.
Well, honestly, if it's Plastrark, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. That's some nice work.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Looks great, Scott.
Yep, that's really nice. The channeling at the end of that styrene to fit on that bomber wing, on the Vader wing. Sorry. If you go back a picture, there. See how that's all carved in at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah, lovely.
So what did he? Looks like he took some styrene and rolled it, glued it, held it with. Oh, there's a couple pieces of styrene. See, it's like a couple pieces of styrene. He then, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. It's harder than you think, that bomber.
Yeah, I have the pieces sitting in front of my face. I'm gonna get to it soon. I keep saying that about a lot of pieces, don't I? ATST, tie bomber, but I didn't see this picture. Yeah, it like fits perfectly in there.
Yeah, it does.
Good job, Scott.
Yeah, use it.
Hmm.
That's the thing when we look through these pictures, we all just go quiet because we're just
Yeah. It's like one of those
salivating
watch
over
along things where people just sit there and look, you know.
it. Yeah,
Sophie's been building that at too.
they're big. You feel like they're crazy because the attack to me seems massive, and then you get it, and it's not as big as you think, and then
Yeah.
some pictures make it look huge.
Yep. Yep. I always thought the AT-AT was big, and then when I saw the size of the MR one, I was like, "Oh, that's a lot smaller than I thought."
It's kind of awkward, isn't it? It's just it takes up a lot of
Yeah.
space because it's tall.
Yeah, and lanky, very top heavy. Wouldn't work in real world.
No,
So primer, painted.
that grey looks lovely.
Yeah, it does. It turned out real nice, actually. Even better than I had hoped. This.
What pose are you gonna do them in, Chris? Are you gonna do them in a static pose, or you're gonna let the owner decide what pose to put them in? Because
Yeah, they're adjustable.
Okay.
So they can pose it however they want.
Okay.
I'm actually sending it in pieces because I feel like if I put it together, there's more chance of it being broken. And it really is just some screws that are ratcheted. Let's see. So it's just, you can pose it however you want.
Okay.
Really. It's
Cool.
just the only problem is these little inserts that I had, you have to epoxy inside there for the threads. And it's like, I've already had 2 of them pull out on me. I'm a little worried about the others too.
So is that ratcheted then? Will that move, or do you have to
You have to loosen it, take it apart.
okay, right. Oh,
Yeah,
you can't.
it has-
Okay.
it has
So it's not like,
teeth.
fair enough.
So, which
Okay.
makes it more solid.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You do have to take it apart and put it, and then there's covers that go over top.
Nice.
So yeah, the color turned out real good. Get rid of this. So I don't know how I missed this. Today, I generally am able to catch up on every post, but I missed this completely.
The Moldy Crow.
Yeah.
That was from the
Isn't
game,
that-
right?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that was from the 90s game, I think.
Is it Bosk's
No,
ship?
no, that's
No?
the Houndstooth, I think. This is
Okay.
this was the Kyle Catran. Do you remember him, Palm?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. From Shadows of the Empire.
Oh,
No, it was
Jedi
before Shadows of the Empire or after it. It wasn't Shadows of the Empire. That was
Okay.
Jedi Knight 2.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. From the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Stefan Hacker mastered one for JPG
Hmm.
in 144th. There might be Nick Sagan. I don't know, but they're like, this goes back to when there was no 3D printed kits. I think this is 3D printed actually, but the original ones and the resin ones were like way back on Starship Modeler's store. Chris, you never went through those days, did you?
No.
And the Starship Modeler store, that's the only kind of place you could buy resin Star Wars kits, and it was this clanky old website
Really?
that I think is still up and running actually. But yeah, that was, and then people would put a small run on back in the day.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it was a proper official sort of Star Wars game. It was
Mhm.
canon.
Some of the ship designs from that era was really cool.
Yeah.
Probably more so than the stuff we're seeing now.
I don't know why this reminds me a lot of that skiff that guy made for some reason.
Yeah, it has got that sort of, the front definitely has that look to it, and the canopy.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really cool. And then the blue base, which I would have never thought to do, really actually works.
Yeah. ILM style with the blue
Mhm.
stand.
With the blue pole.
Yeah. Pretty cool. That's Mark Graham.
Mark Graham.
Yeah. I missed that completely. I don't know why. Brett.
Brett's
Chugging
rocking
along,
his
man.
Star Bomber still.
He still is doing it. Looks great, brother.
This will be one of the nicest out there when he finishes.
Oh yeah.
He's poured his heart and soul into that.
Listen, it's okay to definitely take your time. You know, like don't rush it. Take your time.
Don't do 5 bombers in the time he's done that, like me.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 bombers that I don't think you have. You have what? One of them left, right?
I have one left, the one that Marvin basically made the internals. I can't, anything that Marvin makes, if I sell it, I want it back, like the Dornian.
Dorian.
So I'm
I
never
still
selling
remember
anything Marvin.
when you wrote to me, you're like, "Can I have that back?" I'm like, "Over my dead body, no way."
Now it's got Bill George's signature on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bill George's signature and a great story behind it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the second model that Marvin's got me out of. I was having
Yeah.
such a hard time with the Dornian.
I think
And
most
he was
people
and he was
probably
like,
would.
dude, I'm not going to do Marvin's accent, but he said, dude, you can have my V1 and I was like, really? And I was like, your V1s are 10 times better than anything that I could. Your early bird versions are so much better than what I could do. And then the same happened with the bomber. I was getting in a muddle, and he was like, I've got this old one. You can work on it from there. So he's helped me out a lot.
Which in turn, the Dornian helped me out. I got it.
Yeah.
Listen, when I took that to Wonderfest, man, I broke 2 pieces off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had to fix them. That is a delicate. There's so many little arms sticking off. Like underneath, there's like 2 little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms underneath. That just like I've snapped those off like 4 times already. Just dusting.
Yeah, well, perhaps it would have got a gold if you hadn't done that, Chris.
Yeah, probably.
What did get gold? What do you know? What one?
I don't know. I heard it was a Y-wing that I don't know. And then I heard that
I had a Bandai Y-wing got a prize or something.
That's what I heard, but I don't know for sure. And then second place was either a Star Trek ship from Bill Krause, which, like I said before, I'm not a Star Trek fan, but this thing was exceptionally well done. Like just great craftsmanship. And then there was another who they did a tested video of that blade-looking ship from Foundation, which was also
was nice. Yeah, that was nice.
Incredible.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was great. But I don't know what won gold, because I think Bill was a little surprised at what won gold compared to what didn't win. You know,
It's the same with every model show. It's just luck of the draw sometimes.
Yeah.
Plus, from what I've understood, like they probably look at studio scale modeling and see not such detail work, or like somebody also told me that. I don't know. This is what I've heard. Like if it's painted like a tank.
The modern style of contest entries in this day and age don't look anything like ILM models.
Right. Yeah, this is what Pedro said. A tiny Y-wing. I believe the ILM style is not really recognized in contest environment, which I guess I could understand, but it is a different form of artwork,
Yeah.
To me,
it was a really small Y-wing, the 144 scale one. I did see a picture of
I
that.
honestly don't know.
Gosh.
I'd have to ask somebody else who paid
That's
attention.
Cool. Just wondered.
Yeah, I once I dropped off John's stuff, I did not pay attention to the contest place.
And I'm eternally grateful that my models got entered into Wonderfest, mate. Thank you.
They look great.
Yeah, I would not have. There was times where I was like thinking about, should I call John? And I'm like, no, I know this means a lot to him, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna suffer through it.
Every time I've spoken to Chris, he's been like, it doesn't matter. I missed half of the show because it was it's okay. And then
I could have been standing there talking to people, like Norm and Bill George, but I'm standing in this line.
And then when I watched the video of you guys talking about Wonderfest, they were like, "Oh, I can't believe you stayed in that queue for John Simmons, like you fucking idiot."
I'd do it all over again for you, brother. I really would. Even though it was a major pain in the ass. And I had to employ Robin and John Eblin and also Benjamin Bowman. They were all employed in getting your pieces. It wasn't just me. Well, they helped me get it. Yeah, they helped me get it to the room, and then they were gonna help me get it into the thing, but I borrowed Bill Krause's cart. Yeah, which then I felt bad. I didn't want to bother anybody else because everybody else is like trying to spend time at the show, and I didn't want to make them stand in 2 hours of a line. So,
well, if I'm not entering next year for Come Over, that's I've been scared off now. My models have been entered. It
is kind of stupid though. Like, John, I'm just messing with you. I told you when we talked, this isn't. I'm just screwing around. It was a pain in the ass, but it doesn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
But I would not enter another thing in there for sure. And I actually, I think I might have said this in the last show, but you're not supposed to take your pieces out until after like 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a normal sort of standard rule for model shows. You were out there.
I'm like, I'm taking this shit. I don't fucking care what your rule is. I'm taking these models. Let's say I have to leave Sunday morning. Right, let's just say. Well, what am I going to do? Leave them sit there and have somebody ship them back to me? No, I'm going to go in the room. I'm going to grab them. And I'm going to leave. Yeah. And there was a long line to get it out. Like, if I had to stand in that line to get it out, I would be cursing your name the whole fucking time. I would have just been, God fucking Simmons, damn it.
Particularly with a 10-hour drive.
It was almost as long as getting, well, obviously there's as many, all the people dropped off their stuff. So, and when I was taking them out, I'm thinking to myself, how do they know I'm not stealing this stuff? Right. And then later on, I find out you're not supposed to take stuff out until after 3 o'clock. So whatever.
Yeah.
And when I was walking past the line, there were people complaining, what do these people get to take their stuff out? Who are they? They get to take their stuff out. And I'm walking out carrying my models. I don't care. So whatever. But yeah. Won't do that again. Hacker. I love
Oh, come on. Let's see some Stefan Hacker work. Look at that.
He's building this to go with the Campwell one, isn't he?
Yeah,
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That's going to look so cool as a diorama.
I think everything he touches turns to gold, but his Star Destroyers are wonderful.
I know. I aspire to be this good at building. I have a lot of patience when it comes to models, but this, whoa.
Yeah. And he must go through miles of fiber optic because he does it on every one of his models.
I mean, and these are hair like thickness of hair.
Angel hair, yeah.
Angel hair. And he drilled all these holes and threaded all these through.
Yeah. And you got to keep those holes in a straight line as well, so it keeps the illusion.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, but then what he did is what I did when I first started doing fiber optics. I would melt the end so that it wouldn't go through the hole.
Yeah.
Right. And that's even more work. Whereas now I just put some glue on and leave it stick out a little bit and then clip it once I've done painting it.
Yes. Yeah. But I used to use white glue, like just PVA glue, to keep it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the glues are too hot and they melt it, don't they?
Oh yeah, CA glue you don't want to use on there. I made that mistake too in the beginning. They snap right off.
Yeah.
They melt and snap off. But yeah. Look at that. Looks like angel hair pasta. Oh, he did stick them out. All right, there they are. Wonder why he melted it though. With that bubble on the end.
Does it make it a bigger light?
No, because he's gonna go and cut them at the end.
Oh
there.
yeah, he's going to trim them all, isn't he?
He's gonna have to trim them. Wonder what he.
Maybe just so they still don't fall through. Maybe. When the glue's setting.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because you do get a lot of them pull out as you're gluing it and waiting for it to dry. I do fiber optics, but I try to avoid doing it regularly. I've done a lot of it, but it does get a little tedious when I'm trying to finish commissions.
Yeah.
You know, so commissions I generally don't put fiber optics in.
Yeah, it's soul
sucking. Well, Joseph wants me to. I'm making him a Macquarie X-wing, and he's like, "I want those fiber optics." I'm like, "Okay, all right, yeah," because I put him in mine. So the hacker, I love when he puts stuff up. I sit and like look at his pictures, especially when he has kit parts on. I sit there and I look at pictures for like hours. So here's that post that I was talking about with Ollie, and some people don't know. They don't know that they use this kit part to measure how far this is, and Jason didn't let them know, and that's why one of the main reasons for this channel is for people who are experienced, who know what the hell they're doing, can tell me how to do the things right.
Absolutely. Chris, guys, I've got a customer I've just had to sort out, so I've got to shoot.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going. Come back.
I'll try and come back. Yeah, I'll try and come back. But
I wake up this early and you won't call me. Like,
yeah,
what
I know.
the hell, man?
I gave you an hour and a quarter. Sorry, dude.
Oh, it has been an hour and a quarter. We barely got through anything.
Let
All
me
right.
let me see if I can jump back on in a bit. If you're still on.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
Is he
See ya.
going?
Bye. He's leaving.
Oh,
See you guys.
see you, John.
Bye. Oh well, we can do it without him.
Yeah, I'm a
he's not.
fountain of knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I'm right there with you. John, I did it again. I got it. I really struggle with names sometimes. This is little.
Yeah, this is small. It's 188. Oh, sorry, 88 scale, I think.
Yeah, this is tiny. I think he's done a couple of these, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's done a few commissions. Yeah, they look really
Yeah,
good.
it
Hard
is
to do at
really
that
good.
scale.
Yeah, especially at this scale. I struggle with small.
Mhm.
I'm not from Texas, but go big or go home. Like, no,
Sure.
I'm not busting on this. But like, this is small. This is I don't generally work on small ones like this, but this looks great. Good job. Now, John, will you go over it with a mist, or you just missed it already, or like? I'm just curious. Let me know. Amazing that. Yeah, it was amazing that Jason helped me with my build too. Yeah, I love it when people who are experienced help out guys who are not. You know, the main drive behind this show, behind this channel.
Yep.
But we're gonna get Parm to be he's gonna be a studio scale expert
But that
after he gets the first one done. Right?
Yeah, gotta get that first one done.
Gotta get it. It's been over a year, brother.
I know, man. I know. It's gone so fast. I just
Come
struggle to
on.
find time.
It's not that. It's actually pretty quick and easy.
Yeah, I just need to cut my teeth on that first one.
Yeah. Once you start, man, you may not go back.
That's my concern.
Okay, so this is Joseph. I met him at Wonderfest, and he's into Star Trek models. And he's like, "Hey, is it okay if I was talking about the channel?" And he's like, "Is it okay if I post Star Trek models?" And I'm like, "Well, most people do post Star Wars, but hey, post away. I don't care. Like Star
It's
Trek
interesting to see the difference, isn't it? How Star Trek models are built. I mean, obviously, in terms of the kit bashing side of things, it's going to be very, very different.
very different. I mean, he does great work too. Look at this. See, the thing about Star Trek models, though, is speaking to a couple people at Wonderfest, because there was a lot of Star Trek stuff.
For sure.
Star Trek models are very, very reliant, especially the Enterprise, on lights. Because if it's not lit, it doesn't really look like a Star Trek model. And they go all out with these lighting. The stuff I saw down there was really cool. I mean, this is what, a bridge, right?
Yeah.
Do you watch Star Trek?
I used to watch the Next Generation. That was my Star Trek. I've not really watched much of the new stuff.
Yeah, me neither. But I've been watching Joseph's builds, and he's got some great lighting. I mean, in these little windows, you have quite a bit of detail. There, see all those.
Yeah, the only model in Star Wars where there's been detail behind the windows is the frigate, right? The medical frigate. I don't think there's another Star Wars model that was built that had detail. I mean, perhaps there was the Tantive, wasn't it, where they had the little poster in the cockpit, and I guess there was some detailing in the Falcon, but
not much
in terms of actually having, people.
Not like this.
Yeah.
Now I wonder, is this lighting here? Like, is this some form of, or is it just okay? It's the lights downcast onto it. Okay.
I was gonna say it looks like it's backlit or.
Yeah. Looks great.
But you're right. Most of the Star Trek models you see, particularly the Enterprise, they all tend to be lit, don't they? They all tend to be displayed all lit up.
It's really about the lighting.
Because there's not a lot of surface detail on Star Trek models like
no.
in Star
There's
Wars.
the Aztec paint job that they have, the reflective paint job on around the top.
Mhm.
Like Pedro says here, Star Trek models are like car models in general modeling. They
Yeah.
usually need to be clean and perfect. Hard to hide. That's the good thing about Star Wars models. You can hide mistakes as weathering.
Features.
Yes, yes. And sometimes, like, there's been times where John has shown, like, on his concept AT-AT, he messed something up and then made it into a crumpled up fender.
Yes, the fender. That's right. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, this looks great, Joseph. Keep sharing, man. I think he's the only one that posts Star Trek stuff on here, but that's okay. Oh, this is his too. See, it's all about the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Brass to get this effect. Looks good. Good job, Joseph. Rod built a
Dan Arts,
yeah
isn't it?
tauntaun.
Seen a few of these in some collections. I think Jeff Sage has one that
Okay.
I've seen.
I don't know that I'd be very good at this kind of painting.
Yeah, it's a different type of skill set, isn't it? This is more artist.
Yes. More detailed, lifelike. I've done a little bit with just the figures inside the ships, but I don't know how good I am at it. But this looks good. Thanks for sharing, Rod. I think he did it a while ago, and he's sharing it now. About a year ago. Okay.
I think these came out a couple of years ago. I think. So
okay.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember them. Thinking, should I try? But nope. I don't know. Oh, this is a Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider. I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know what's what.
No, me neither.
Trying to see if I could pick up on any kit parts either. Well, there's more Sakaro.
That's one thing about the Galactica ships. They are more like Star Wars in terms of detailing and how they were built versus Star Trek. But there is a little bit of kind of overlap, isn't there, with some of the designs?
Yeah, it's very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't watch Battlestar Galactica when I was growing up, but I really appreciate the ships for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is an old post from Jerry. It's the hospital ship. Well, people call it the hospital. Yeah, background ship. This was awful to make. This was such a pain in the ass. Nothing fit together right. Nothing glued down very nicely. If I give anybody advice, don't make one of these until you've scratch built a couple other things first, because this thing's a nightmare. It's all kit parts on kit parts, which isn't very easy. It's nice when you can take a piece of flat styrene and glue something to it, but when you're trying to, like, there are parts on this thing where you just like glue this corner to this corner, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're not meant to go together, right? You're almost kind of forcing something to fit.
But now, on the other hand of that, when I was building this sandcrawler, okay, there were parts that I was blown away. I thought, how the heck did they figure out that this piece fits exactly inside of this piece? Like, some of these pieces in here, some of these kit parts in this thing you can't see, but it's right here. Look like they were made to be put together, and they weren't. They were from completely different, ships and tanks and stuff. But nothing fits together nicely. Nothing, not one. Getting this engine to glue in and stay in place, I had to actually insert a metal rod through it and glue it in here so it would stay. Man, this is not one you want to cut your teeth on, brother. Not at all. And let's see here. is Phil's Razor Crest, and I love when people paint this bluing effect, this heat
Yeah,
staining.
that's really cool. It's hard to achieve, but it does
It
look
is
really
hard.
effective. And you
It-
need that to make it look real, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I have a Razor Crest halfway done. I took the Kenner one,
Oh, the model. Okay,
yeah,
the HasLab one.
Hasbro one, yeah, and I
Mm.
redid it. It's about halfway done, but I got to a point where I couldn't separate the inside of the main body because I was going to put lights inside.
Okay.
But I just gave up. I stopped. One of these days I'll pick it back up. Oli, these look great, my friend,
Yeah, they're lovely.
and they're blue, not black.
That's right.
They're blue. I love these things.
Yeah, they're so cool looking.
They really are. These are one of those models that would look great as a display, one painted and one in kit parts.
In all kit parts, yeah.
Yeah, because Jason Eaton showed a couple of ones that were fully made with kit parts, and they're gorgeous. They have a lot of different colors. They have reds. They're one of those ones that you could leave unpainted, sort of like Sandcrawler.
Yeah,
This is
and
one
it's
that I want to
it's a nice size as well, isn't it? Those display.
Yes, and they display nicely too.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't the original post. I'm going to find the original post for Steven.
The frigate.
Steven,
Because I know he's been working on the frigate, hasn't
yeah, but I'll get back to these. But I wanted to talk about this one specific. Well, we'll get to it. I'm going to get these couple quick. This I don't know what it is.
he? Oh, it's a B-wing. It looks
it?
like it looks like a Bandai B-wing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about
I
the right
didn't know.
scale. Yeah, it's the cockpit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
I think it's Bandai.
Okay. Nice little B-wing. And Sean's painting an AT-AT.
Yeah, that's a Bandai as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're small, but it's amazing how the design, if you take a photograph of them, it's very difficult to kind of see what's, to think it's that small.
Bandai Star Wars ships are very well detailed.
Yeah, for the scale, they are incredibly well detailed.
Very.
Yeah.
Like people have told me the Y-wing and the Millennium Falcon, you could ID kit parts on. Let's see here. And Carter is building a Y-wing, A-wing.
Lasses, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful,
a really
man.
nice paint job. I think I had some updated pictures of that as well, and it was looking really good with all the blast marks and stuff. Yeah.
Great job, Carter. And
Another
more tie bomber.
bomber. Yeah.
Well, I gotta get to mine. And that crap. Oh, here's that picture. Yeah.
Look at that.
Looks good. It's really cool getting to know Carter over the weekend in the Winterfest. Him and his father were great to meet.
Yeah, nice that you met a bunch of people from the group.
Yeah, I didn't meet as many as I thought I would. I met a couple, but apparently there were more there, and I didn't end up meeting them for some reason. I met a couple. Don't get me wrong. This is Frank. He took a Bandai, and he changed it a little bit and added made the concept.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Time is it? Dude, pretty soon I gotta go.
Yeah, no, that's same here, to be honest.
Yep, I don't want to keep you holding, but I want to get to that one that Steven did. This I can't wait to build.
Yeah, Jason's
can't well.
Mm.
Yeah, every time you put something up that you need, I'll buy it immediately.
But he put so much thought and effort into these to make
Yep.
sure that they're. And he shares
Yep.
the information as well, which is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, that's really cool.
A whole fleet of them.
You can't beat a fleet of X-wings. Yeah.
No.
Nice.
I'd like to have a couple X-wings and a couple Y-wings.
Mhm.
John's back. You're back.
Yeah, sorry guys.
That's all right.
We got this fleet of Y-wings here.
Oh, that's sexy, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's awesome.
Yeah. Carl is the X-wing man.
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know him.
He identified Red 5 Porkins one in a quite a few pictures that were sort of, there was some ambiguity against which one was which, and he figured it out.
Nice.
No, this is it? Which one is this? Do you know?
That's Red 5, isn't it?
I
No,
really
No, Red
like
5 is Luke. That can't be.
no, that's not. That's we'll tell by the wings.
Yeah, yeah.
See if there's a picture of them flying away from Stevens airbrush. Oh, look what we got here.
Oh, that's your
don't zoom
commission.
Don't zoom into that engine cam. That's been worked on. It's been worked on since then.
We talked about that.
It looks like this now.
Let's see it.
Sweet.
There you go. Making magic, brother.
Yeah, man.
Doing something. Making headaches. These things make headaches.
What are they?
The back engines. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do a Y-wing. I've been putting it off a little bit, just because of what you keep telling me about, like it being a headache. Oli was deciding whether to paint the scratch one. So before he put up pictures of his
dispatch
escape pods. Yeah, dispatch shots.
I wouldn't. I'd if he's got one painted already that's a print, fair enough. If he puts the one that's identical next to it in kit parts on the same stand,
that's a great display there, isn't it?
That would look right. There's not many kits you can do that to. So
no. I was saying it really, like, I originally was thinking about keeping my slave one and not painting the scratch build one. But when I was talking to Guy, he's like, I've seen a scratch build slave one. It's not that impressive because it's mostly just grays. There's like
the underside. The underside has all the green, white, red, and grey, but on the top,
yeah,
he's right. Yeah, it's just
there's not much.
The nice thing about your display, Chris, was you were able to walk around your slave one, so you could see everything. But yeah, for a lot of people, I guess it would be nice to have almost two, with one where you can see the back and one where you see the front or the side.
Yeah, because you want both. You want to be able to see both of those.
Yeah,
sides
yeah.
of
That's the difficult thing with slave one. Unless you can kind of walk around one or have it on a turntable, you can't appreciate all that detail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the slave
you don't want
one,
to put that. You don't want to put that up against the wall. You don't want to put
unless
that
you've got
up.
a mirror. I think I saw somebody. I think is it Kevin? He's one of the
Kevin Hatzinger.
He had it mounted on the wall, but he had a mirror display that he mounted against. I thought that was quite clever.
I like it how it looks in the archives on that mirrored base flat. But then
it needs
you do see the bottom, but not perfectly. But
even
I think the slave one, like, you think how many Millennium Falcons are out there to someone that wants to buy a Millennium Falcon, like who wants to build one? There's the D'Agostini, the MR for collectors. There's the Bandai Perfect. There's the if you want a smaller ESB one, there's the 5 molds 177 one. There's so many options. With the slave one, all you had was the 5 molds ones. That's all people really could have, and then the old NPC. So that's one model that really is so cool and so, like, everyone loves Boba Fett. So it's a weird that there was never more models of that made.
Yeah, and the Nyson one was pretty hard to come by.
Yeah, but then you're getting in the territory of $1,000 or $2,000 kit that someone needs to build for you if you don't want to use.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap build either.
No.
No. But like I said, you want the beauty of the paint job on the top, and then you want the beauty of the kit parts on the back.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I like the bottom. It was interesting that
Oh,
John
yeah, I
Goodson
love
was saying about the bottom not being sprayed. You know, regardless of that, I still really like the look of it. The
Mhm.
image in Sculpting a Galaxy, that book of the half of the sort of the underside.
Yep.
I looked at that for years and was like, wow.
Oh yeah. That's everybody's basic, reference when they start painting these things, And in that picture, it looks very painted because it's straight on.
Yeah.
Right. And it actually intrigues me a little more to think that like it's not really painted underneath that much, because then you get the actual kit parts. It's almost like you have that where you don't paint the kit parts and you can still see them if you look at them from the angle on the side,
Yeah, there's not much masked off. But saying that, the crocodile part at the bottom has got a lot of masking, because that's got the inside grey parts with the grey, light grey outside ridges.
Yeah, we got to get on that.
Yep.
Luckily, I'm able to. The guy who bought mine said, "Oh, I don't have room for it. Hold on to it and use it as reference for your next one." So I'm like, "Cool."
My one took 4 years to sell in drips and drabs from the purchaser that bought it, which was my biggest mistake I've ever made, because it just went. I might as well just given it to him. And the whole point was that he hadn't paid it off, and I was okay with that because I was going to use it as reference when I had Guy's one to paint, to build. But Guy's one is still sitting here in exactly the same state it's been in for years.
Same state that it was in when you were at MCM.
Yeah,
I think pretty sure I saw it in that same state.
Yeah, you haven't touched it in a long time.
It's a long time ago.
Well, you and I are
because
supposed
when
to
you're a
hop
modeler,
on.
you've got your mind is all over the place. You're building a model in your head while you're building the current model. It's insane.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, John, let's get on this coming week and we will finish up the Sandcrawler parts.
Yep.
Okay. For sure, because we've been saying we're going to do that.
Climbing done in a week or two. So
okay.
I'll be.
My AT-ATs I'm going to have done next week. All I got to do is weather. That's all I got to do now.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony. What's up, my friend?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Parminder, you and Tony are.
That means he's driving on a 7-hour drive, probably somewhere.
Yeah.
He's top of the UK to the bottom.
Oh, does he have a long drive?
He just visits lots of customers and clients just all over the UK.
Okay.
So yeah, he's in the car.
When he comes to see me, he leaves at like 5 a.m. and gets here at like 10 or 11, and then says, that's a normal drive for me, It's like,
yeah, that's how
I know
I
you do long driving, Chris, but in
time.
England, that's top of the country to the bottom.
yeah, Tony's got a long.
To me, that's one state.
Yeah.
It's I was just gonna say Tony and Parminder are like peanut butter and jelly. It's weird when one's without the other. I always picture you two are like a hobby couple. It's like you're always
but guys, you're a scream together. we had lunch recently, didn't we? But
that's right,
at the pub, and we had beers and we're just talking models. And I had a friend with me that's not a modeler, but he's a Star Wars geek.
Yeah, Jim.
And it was like, we could have sat there for days just chatting about Star Wars. It's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Somebody asked a question, Keith here. I'm 54, novice builder, working on Fanholm Falcon. In your opinion, is that model pretty accurate? I don't know that one. John, do you know that one?
It's the D'Agostini. It's just another name for the D'Agostini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. For some reason they changed.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
You're laughing.
Yeah. And to me, a paint's recommended, or is there a better option?
Archive X, Chris.
Archive X has the exact colors you need.
They sell it as a set, I think. They sell a set for the Falcon.
Sometimes they have them in stock. Not always. You might have to like look at the list and probably sometimes buy. Sometimes they're in stock with the sets. I think recently they were made available again. But
You can
if
you
you
can
can't
paint
get
you
the
can
set,
paint with whatever you want. You can paint
yes,
with any
yes,
Tamiya is great. It's what I started with, but you end up mixing shades, and that can get annoying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you stick
Which
with
I'm not
Alcovex
good at.
with the
No.
colors, it's kind of it's not paint with numbers. Like Guy says, it's a tool set that he gives you to work with. So
Yeah. It's 4 a.m. start for me, John. Yeah. Wow. Eugh. 4 a.m. Oof. Here's that X-wing we were talking about.
Yeah, red 12.
Red 12.
Yeah. So that would have been it. There's good pictures of it in the Chronicles book.
That looks
But
great.
that's not red 12 there.
No?
No, red 12 has got a brown nose.
Okay.
That might be red 10 or something. I don't know.
Let's see here. Let's count. 2 times 5. That's 10.
Yeah, but there's
There's
one
11.
more.
It's an 11.
Oh, it's 11.
It's an 11. Yeah.
Okay. I never
See, this
seen
is
that
what
before.
Carl does. He does. Yeah, he does all the obscure X-wings.
One day I'll have a whole fleet in my room. I finally got my room back.
I like that droid he's got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a tall dome.
Yeah.
My
Sorry,
my
Chris,
display room.
saying you finally got your room sorted or something.
Yeah, my display room has been taken over for a little while because my son was cleaning his room, which was a disgusting mess, and took everything out and put it in my room so we could clean it, and finally got my room back together. It's probably been a month or two now working on his room.
Dude,
I really want to build one of these too.
I like that base. That base is awesome.
Yeah, it's got the.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
I like
dude?
that decal.
You said, dude.
I was just about to say
You gonna say something?
your collections are just insane. Your collection
Yeah.
rooms. I can't wait to see
Not
what
mine.
it is.
I don't know about mine, but Chris.
Oh, don't be silly.
I don't go down there as much as probably because it was a disgusting mess for a while. If I go down there and I see it like that, I get angry and I start giving my kid a hard time. Get off your butt and clean this, man. I like
That's
this
red
one with
12. That's red 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the
this
brown
one.
nose. Yeah.
It's got that front.
Yeah. And the red droid and the yellow cockpit. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You've built a red 12, haven't you, John? You built and painted one.
Yeah. I built one of Frank Cerny's pyros.
That was nice. I think I saw that.
I sold that to someone, and they asked me for a certificate of authenticity. And I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, well, I can put my signature on it, and they were like, yeah, but I want like a one of those things with like a frame, you know. So I just found a template off the internet to say that this is certified.
This is as authentic as it
whatever.
gets.
Yeah, and I just put John Simmons at the bottom. I don't know how I could get more authentic than myself building it.
Yeah,
that's bizarre.
That's funny.
I love a fleet of X-wings and a fleet of Y-wings. I love it.
That would be so cool. So that would be an amazing display.
Too bad these kits are so. Finding an X-wing kit is a little difficult.
Well, not small either to do a complete fleet. That would take a majority.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't sold all mine. My red 5 was kept in cardboard. It wasn't anything special at all, but I just went to town on the paint, and I regret selling that.
I regret selling my.
Yours is gorgeous, Chris.
I wish I hadn't sold that. I sold it to a guy. What was his name?
Bertel.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Oh shit! It made me
Yeah.
start all over again. Um,
Oh no.
I wish I had not sold that to him. Because I had a Captain Cardboard as well. I painted that, and that went to Mike Costa. But I just love the Hero one. It was just a way better like thickness, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that so much more.
What's funny about the Captain Cardboard is that it's almost a collectible in itself now,
Mm.
Yeah, it is.
because it came out so long ago, and it's one of the first ever like resin studio scale kits of the X-Wing. I think it possibly was the first.
So are the
Um,
Salzos.
Yeah,
The Salzos
there
are
was the
collectibles
Icons
now.
one as well, wasn't there? The Icons one that had the flappy, bendy wings.
Right, but that was a model itself. Like that was like
Yeah.
that's like the EFX where you bought that as
Yeah.
a collector. But in terms of a kit, I think Captain Cardboard was the first one I'd heard of, at least.
Well, I
Yeah,
know
and
the Salzo ones go for quite a bit of money too.
yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah.
Is that one? There was a guy who put up a skiff. No, from where he welded the brass. This is going back now.
Oh, what Alex's build from The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
Yeah, what happened to that? I saw one picture here earlier, but that's it.
And he's done some amazing brass work on that.
I loved it. I wanted to talk about it, but I can't find it.
Have you talked about the Cantwell Y-wing yet?
Yeah, we can go back to it. We quickly went over it,
Oh,
but
yeah, you got it. You got
I
it.
know
There
that-
it is.
but there's more pictures to this. Let's see if it's comes
Can you
up.
click on
I
view
think
post?
that
Is
looks like that's been
There it
done
is.
with
click on
with
view
a
post
heat
on the
gun,
top
doesn't
right.
it? Almost looks
What'd
like
you
it's
say?
been done with like flux.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So
If you click
when
on the
look at
view post in the top right, you might be able to see the complete post of the picture.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, you
I
did.
found
Okay.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, that pipe work looks like it's been done with
Solder.
heat. Solder, yeah.
Yeah. I think he said it was.
That is some intricate
And then he
work. Lovely.
and then he used a small lathe to do the aluminum parts too.
Beautiful. So Alex built the original, right?
Yeah.
At Pinewood.
This is great work, man.
Yeah, look at that. I wouldn't want to paint that.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, look at cut this little piece of, I think, plexiglass, and then this rod hanging down from it.
Absolutely beautiful. Look at the way the aluminium tubing bends with
Mhm.
a perfect bend. It's not even like nipped or
Mhm.
cinched. There's no kink in it, and it goes through the brass actual hole of the
Yeah.
rod.
That's gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous, and that's big as well because those blocks with the holes in aren't small, are they?
No, they're what, 3 inches? There's 2 of them there. So, yeah, that's a large piece.
So is that the body and that flap at the front? They're printed, aren't they?
Looks like it.
Yeah. Which again is it's a great way to incorporate 3D printing because we've said
Mhm.
this, we're not against 3D printing at all. It's just
No.
another
Cool.
tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that some
That's-
neat metalwork going on the inside as well? There's like inside that printed piece.
Yeah, the frame to hold it
Yeah.
together there, to hold the pieces in.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2. Yeah. How nice is that? It goes back. You can see it
Yeah.
just behind them.
Goes right through it with set screws and everything.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is what I mean. People like this that we don't know just pop up with
Yeah.
masterpieces like this. It's exactly
Yeah,
what the group's for.
I think that's his only post. Christopher Knox. Oh yeah, he said he found us on YouTube.
Yeah. Brilliant. I'd like to see more of
Gorgeous,
his work.
man. So would I. Please show us. Let us see it. Thanks for coming. Let's get to the Cantwell, and then I think we might call it.
Okay.
I have to meet my boss in an hour. I got a rough day. I got to meet my boss for breakfast.
Oh, man.
I tell my wife. My wife asked me. She's like, "When do you work this week?" I work Thursday night. She gets so mad because she works every single day till like 6 o'clock at night, and then when I don't work, like next month, I have 4 jobs. I'm getting a lot of shit done next month. You wait and see. 4 jobs a whole
Well,
month.
my wife wasn't happy with me this morning.
Oh yeah, why?
She's been selling plants on our driveway, and the weather has been beautiful. And then you walk
Yeah.
past our house to get like down the front, so you get quite a lot of people walking past. And we're making like it's like they're selling like these plants for like £1. They're like these little plants, and they're all beautifully laid out. And I drove into the whole table and smashed them all.
Are you kidding?
I knocked the table on its side. There was compost all over the driveway, plants just driven over. And I was not.
And you wonder why she gets so mad at you? You wonder why she's telling you off all the time?
Did I tell you about when my kids locked the car the other day?
No.
Oh, my kids took the keys to the car inside the car and then locked all the doors inside and then got out of the hatch at the back and slammed it closed. And it was deadlocked with the keys in it. So it had all the house keys on it, everything. So that was another £200 for a locksmith to come out.
Oh, you're kidding.
No. And then I've done another really good bit of driving as well. We were down at the caravan at the front, down where I work. And my son had put his bike down in front of the tire of the car, and I didn't know. And I got in and drove and snapped his handlebars off in half on his bike. So that's 3 things wrong. So it goes in threes, right? So I'm not going to have an accident now or something with the car. Hopefully that's done. That's over.
How did you drive into her table of plants?
Because it's a really low table. That's like, it's like one of these, like it's like a tea table, like that.
John's got a truck as well, which is quite.
Yeah, and I'm in the truck, so like I just drove over it with the tire, and like I heard this crunch and smash, and it was before the kids were all on the driveway as well. It was before school this morning, so that like.
I'm surprised she didn't murder you.
Well, I've got some scars.
Wow. I think, oh my God, I can't imagine the eyes I would get if I did
the effort and time of her planting all these pots and growing them as well, and now they're at the point of sale.
John, I was on your side before. I'm kind of on her side now.
Anyway, back to modeling.
Yeah. Back to model. No, well, actually, this is just interesting. Yeah. We quickly went over this Y-wing, but because I was looking for something else, but this is coming along beautifully. And
I'm really surprised that I forgot that there's like actual big Y-wing parts on there.
Are there?
Like
yeah,
I mean that's the. Is it the BF1? I think it's the BF109 engine there that's on the Y-wing, exactly the same place on the big Y-wing.
Okay.
That. And it's under the cockpit as well of the big
hold
one.
on, let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is a Centurion part here.
Yep, there's Centurion on it as well. And that's on. I think that's on one of the big Y-wings on the side. I think I can't remember which one. Might be on all of them. Not sure. Yeah, he needs to get off my ugly mug.
Sitting on this. Oh, you're still on. I didn't put you on, did I? I don't remember putting you on. Yeah, I went and got these girders.
That's what I was going to ask. Do we need those?
Yeah, he says we need them. He says you need 2. So if you need 2, I'll send them to you when I send you a package.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I got 2, and then I went and got the bar, and I didn't read what he had written. It does come in this 4-foot piece, and then when the box came, it was humongous. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, why is it so big? Because I was expecting, this little cut up pieces. So you cut them. I don't remember. I think he said 8 inches. No, how big is this one over here? Yeah, maybe about 8 inches.
So I need to get some of them made as well.
No, because afterwards he said that he talked to the people who are casting this for him, and they're going to include said bar.
Awesome.
So I can cut this and send you one if you want, just in case. I'm
add it to my package, man.
It's coming soon. I'm just waiting for the cast pieces from Hacker. He was sending me some cast pieces for you.
Okay, cool.
So I got a growing. I seem to be like the post office hub for a bunch of different people. Like, I'm sending you pieces. I'm sending Marvin pieces. I'm sending Felix pieces. Like, I have to have a shelf to keep it all in order.
Local post office.
I'm the United States Post Office.
Benware.
Post office. But yeah, this is. I think
I'm excited for that.
I am too. It's about the only Cantwell thing I don't even like the Skyhopper that much. I like this.
I never liked that even. I never even liked the Y-wing, but the more I look at it, the more I appreciate it, and I really do want to do it.
No, I've liked it from the beginning.
Because there's pictures of this have been in like the Sansweet book from back in the 90s, right? And it's
yeah. But it looked so space age. It looked so 70s
but
or 60s.
We appreciate that more now, the history and what went into it and what it turned into.
Are you getting one, Palm? Is someone doing one? Or?
No, I don't. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to get one.
It's just nice to have a kit of it finally, isn't it? Because everything Cantwell seems to be so expensive to buy in kit parts.
Yeah. The only other Cantwell I actually kind of enjoy is I didn't used to, now I do, is the Sandcrawler. The Sandcrawler's grown on me.
That's a real oddball, isn't it? That's a real strange one.
Yeah, but it has.
That gives me Dune
vibes. The
X-Wing.
X-Wing is growing on me as well, and so the TIE Fighter too.
The X-Wing with the closed wings, I think, looks that's fun.
Yeah, I like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. I love that picture with Joe when he's holding both of them. Johnston.
The TIE Fighter actually I like a lot because it reminds me of Judas Priest. I don't know why, because of all the spikes. Remember the old Judas Priest?
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
Yeah, breaking the law.
I've seen Judas Priest.
Have you?
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing that will never ever grow on me will be that land speeder. It is fugly. It is
circular one.
Yeah, the orange circular land speeder.
That's a strange one. Yeah.
It's fugly. I'm sorry, it just is. But yeah, so the Cantwell, looking forward to that. That's coming soon, and I have seen at Wonderfest the
GR75 shell.
Yeah. And
the
kits inside.
Nice.
That's gonna be
we'll never run out of doing Star Wars models, will we? Ever.
No. And seriously, there's only so many models there's a lot. But at some point you'd think you'd run out.
Then you've got concepts, you've got the new films, it's just never ending.
New films.
Games.
I don't think I'd ever build anything from maybe Andor.
Acolyte.
But anything else Solo. What?
Acolyte. That's on your list, isn't it, Chris?
Oh yeah, that's tops. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I love that. I just saw that last night with Darth Vader.
Yeah,
we can't play it. I wonder if I could play it with sound. Can I play it with sound? I don't think I can. Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't think I can.
It's so well done as well.
Tomorrow, isn't it? The next episode's tomorrow, Baminda.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You guys watching it?
I'm still watching it.
I'm still watching it. Oh, I will watch it. Just because
I canceled my Disney subscription because of it. Like I'm done.
Chris threw his TV out of the house.
Yeah.
Well, my wife said to me the other day, okay, so my daughter, she says, I'm trying to get on Disney Plus and I can't. I'm like, nope, I canceled it.
Gone.
My wife's like, we're gonna get it back. I'm like, the hell you are. You're not buying that. There's no way we're paying for that. I said,
Yeah, but listen, I watch all of the original Star Wars films constantly. You know, even if
Okay.
I'm just doing housework, I'll put Disney
Just in the
Plus on,
background.
and Empire Strikes Back on. It's soothing to me, so I need.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go
listen,
get the DVD.
I will resubscribe eventually because I do like to watch like Solo and Andor 2 coming out. I'm gonna have to subscribe for that.
There's
But
another season
I
of
think
Light and Magic as well, isn't there? That's coming. So don't know how much they'll go into the original trilogy though. But
I enjoyed Ahsoka too.
yeah, I didn't mind Ahsoka, but I actually feel like the only way we're gonna get them to change is to hit them with their money. That's the only way. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I think they're
only
getting
way.
the message with Acolyte. You know, there's a lot of negativity surrounding Acolyte, but
Yeah,
whether they change what they're doing is another story. But
I can't see how they don't change things after this debacle. Just complete.
Anyway, guys, I've got to shoot again.
Yeah,
that's all
I
right.
should
It's
too.
probably a good time to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
1
thank
in
you for
6.
having me, and thank you for getting up so early for this, Chris.
Yeah, 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 no problem. If it seems like there's quite a few people interacting, we can do this again. I just
Been a lot of
can't
comments.
stay up
A lot
till
of people have
1:30 in the
commented.
morning the night before. So,
Right.
all right. Well, let's call it a day, and we will do this again probably in like 2 weeks. It seems like we've been going a little further along, but guys, keep posting, keep showing us your stuff, and we love getting on here and chatting about it. So, we'll see you guys all soon. Bye.